disappointment.
And we have to check with, I have no idea what you're talking about, very honestly. Because the audit was done, it was $7,000.
Right.
And it came out fine, that's all I can say. So, next. Sir,
Yes, Bill Heinzelman, Davenport, well. What's in the budget for the accounting fees, audit or review?
well, that's what we're waiting for right now.
I know,
Whether-
but what's in the budget number?
It's budgeted for review, and then if we're going to have the $7,000 audit, we will have to assess for it.
Okay, so what's budgeted for the review, how much?
Oh, it's about between $1,200 and $1,500.
Instead-
And let me just explain to you, for the people that might not, or might be new, there's a program in the computer, it's called the QuickBooks, and the auditor or the accountant comes in, and they go into the program, and they ask it a number of questions, according to the auditor's part of it. The computer puts everything out, plus they take they take the checkbook, they take not the checkbook, but they take the monthly check reports and all of the checks with them, and they can balance them, and they go back and forth, when the auditors come to saying, and then they look at the, as
I'm a
opposed,
CPA, I'm a CPA,
yeah.
I understand it.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay. Sorry, okay, very good. But I want you to know, what I'm trying to say is that the work has already been done for them. It's just, to spend $7,000 on when you have a beautiful program like that up there, which is so easy to read, it's just, no.
Well, has there been any request for proposals put out to other firms to see what the cost might be?
Well, this was a firm that was suggested to us at the time that the state, some people thought that there was a problem here, and at the time the state came in, you have to move your head, Tony, because I can't see the gentleman. At the time the state came in, our attorney recommended to us this particular firm because they are excellent, and we wanted to do everything that could be done properly, and then they came in, Millward and Company, they're very fine. Well, we had used another company up until then, and they were perfectly fine, and everything was fine, nothing was to be wrong. But we spent the $7,000, and then they voted, and then the folks last year also wanted to have another one, which is hey, it's all of our money, so it's their money, they run $7,000, go right ahead. But we can waive it and have the financial report, which is, as I'm trying to say, with this QuickBook program, it's the same, it's practically the same, well, you're a CPA, so you know. But you know what that, and because of the money that we have, that comes through the office because of the figures, you can see it in the proposed budget, because of the money that's there, we are obliged to have an audit, unless we waive it. Okay. Okay, and how many do we, and then, yes.
Second question, I have another question too.
Right.
It would have been very helpful for me, at least, I don't know about anybody else, when getting a budget like this, is to have some kind of comparison with prior or with actual through September, October, whatever's been already recorded, so that we can kind of see where the increases and the changes are. So if we could have seen like a budget from last year to actual at some point, and then see
The budget is available, last year's budget is available in the office, you can walk in at any time and pick one up.
I know, I'm just saying, with computer programs, you can show that all on one sheet, you can make a comparison between everything.
There was a,
Versus me having to go home and put it in my...
you don't have to figure it out, it's in the, there's a copy printed of the budget, the report from the auditors from last year, the year before, they're in the office upstairs on the side. You can just come and pick one up.
Do they put a comparison between the budget and the actual in the report? Is that done anywhere?
The financials.
In the financials, and not in the budget.
Well, how do you prepare a budget?
Well, this is the first request we've ever had for this type of situation, so you'd have to write that, write it as an ask, because I'm not entirely sure what you're asking me for.
I guess I'm asking, how can you prepare a budget if you don't compare last year's to see how good you did on last year's budget?
Well, we do it when we prepare it, when it's being prepared. I'm not gonna say, we do it. Sir, I'm sorry, what's your name, Mr. Heinzelman? When we do our budget, we do it line by line, and we compare everything. We compare it with last year's and this year's, so it's all done that way.
Okay, well,
For us, that's for the board to
would it
do.
be possible for us, as the owners, to get a copy of that?
It's a worksheet.
Yeah, just come to the office, you can get it. No problem.
Nothing, you can copy this for
Well, it
you.
would, it would be...
Yeah,
it would make
well, you want a copy given to you,
much easier
given to you,
follow and determine and vote.
Maybe you could ask the people who prepare it if they could just, the computer program and spit it out that way.
It's not in our.
It's the auditor's computer.
Ask the auditor if we can do it that way.
We could ask the auditor if they have a copy of it in their computer in that way. And what is it that you specifically want,
He
sir?
wants a comparison.
Comparison?
The budget, the actual.
So he can see the
Okay.
increases. I'm sure it's just a
Okay,
matter
next question.
Well, but we don't.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cook?
Yeah, I have just one question. In your estimation, or in your experience, do you think that River Shores will ever get an accounting on the special assessments for 2004 through 2005, which the total amount is $196,086?
Yeah.
Will we be able to get one?
Yeah, well, what we'll probably do is we'll probably have a meeting about it, and we can put it on the agenda at this January meeting, and we can report back to you on all of that. That's been, what's been done, what's been spent, whatever. And,
So in other words, based on my information and my experience, we will get the assessed amount, which I have the figures on lights on the shuffleboard, assessed amount
all of that,
versus.
okay, that's not...
So you anticipate that information will be forthcoming?
Right, and just, as I said at the last minute, we're going to have, I said, when I just when I started out, among my notes, I said, we're going to have a special meeting in January with regard to the hurricane, but at that time, one of those items on the agenda, I said, if you have, I said, please contact the office, we can place your item on the agenda for that meeting, so that can be, whatever that is, you can place it on the agenda for that, because it's pertinent to the association, that is pertinent to the association.
So we can look forward to another 3 commercial dryers then?
No, we don't, we only bought, if you were there at that meeting, Jim, that night, and this is not budget, so we'll have to address it at another time. So I'm only addressing the budget tonight, okay?
But we can confidently, the board can confidently address the assessed amounts versus
We
the...
didn't have it, we didn't
versus
have
the
6,
expenditures.
we only allowed for 3. And that's all I will say on that, because it's not
You
a budget.
allow for what?
We only allowed 3. We cannot discuss it now, we'll discuss it in January.
Okay, but you did assess for the head of roof pressure clean, right?
Right.
And
Jim,
we know the assessed amount.
You're out of
And-
order, the bill is upstairs, the
Well,
contract
this
is
is budget,
upstairs.
we're talking budget now.
Please,
No, you're talking about
you're talking assessment, it's two entirely.
Well, this is part of the budget.
No, it's
It's
not.
not,
It's never on.
oh, it's not in here?
No.
In other words, you don't have anything in the budget for special assessment income?
If it was in the budget, we wouldn't have to special assess for it.
Those are-
Address my question to the chair. If she wants to address it over to you, that'd be fine. So in other words, in your budget for fiscal year 2006, you have not allocated the amount of monies that were,
Jim, you
Collected.
have totally lost me on this question. I don't know what.
well, I thought it was pretty simple.
Well, it might be to you, but it's not to me.
Well, $196,000, we should account for
That is
that.
190, absolutely, I totally agree with you, and that is a special assessment, and that will be taken care of at the meeting in January. That's what you want to report on what was spent on the special assessment, that much I can get, and that will be taken care of then.
But these assessments come out in 2004, we've gone through 2005, and we have to wait till 2006 to get a report
No,
on
not.
the expenditures
No
on
one
the
has ever
special
asked
assessment.
me for it before, Jim.
Just asking a question.
It's there, it's all upstairs in the
Well, wait a minute,
contract.
it's all upstairs, it should be here at this meeting.
That's according to you, Jim. That's
According to me.
Yes, that's what that's your, are you finished with your questions now?
Well, do I think I still have another half a minute.
Okay,
I'll relinquish my time to somebody else.
That's all right, Jim, I'll take it.
okay.
I don't understand.
This is a simple question,
I still
Nancy.
I don't understand why we
Jim,
can't
you
get a
relinquished your
report.
time, please.
I said,
don't
It's in
understand.
the financial statement.
This is a simple one.
yes.
They've been there for over a year.
The Middle River Club, now I know there's chargebacks. Well, no, because, no, excuse me, let me finish the question before you answer it. Like, for instance, the maintenance man and Betsy's salary, isn't there a portion charged off?
Yes.
No.
Oh, one says yes, one says no.
Well, there's River Shores doesn't pay.
This year, no.
And we just separated them out, excuse me, yes.
Oh, wait a minute, go ahead, Betsy.
There are no chargebacks as dictated by the auditors since January 1st of '05. All the salaries are straight based on the budget for both associations.
So, in other words, for instance, this is just a for instance, it says payroll office 20,000. That's it. It's no more charge back. That's what you're making, for instance.
Right. That would not be charged back at the club, no. The
Well-
club has a separate line for salaries on
Oh.
the budget.
Well, that's-
Sadly, that meeting's over.
No, I know, but that's what would have, because it did say payroll taxes, but I didn't
They
see
have to start paying
payroll.
taxes, they've been skating off the taxes.
Ah,
that
so
they
you're
have.
no longer doing chargebacks then?
That's correct, I
Thank
believe I stated that earlier. As of
Okay.
January 1st, the auditor said no more chargebacks.
That's
Has
good.
it answered your question?
That does.
Okay, yes, sir,
Can I ask another question?
of course.
Since, as a general concept, there haven't been reserves made, does the budget include any expected capital expenditures for the
No.
year?
The
You know what,
budget
then
is
I
a
just-
no-frills budget that just pays for our expenses to get us through the year. Any big item that has to be done. For example, last year, we had put money aside, which really, in essence, was a capital, which was a reserve item, but we were going to do the macadam. We said we were going to resurface the driveway. The elevator blew up in Devon. It cost $12,500. Well, I didn't assess for it. We had some money saved. We used the money for that we had put aside for the driveway at that time, paid for the elevator, and then we saved up again till, so this wasn't done, the driveway wasn't done until December. But that really should have been an assessment. No, it's not. It doesn't have any special agendas, capital, whatever, in the.
I was just asking because on the schedule, there's a large item that would be estimated.
But that would be if we took the reserves, if we did the reserves, that's what the capital.
No, I'm just talking about there's one that's a 1 year, expected remaining life of 1 year, so I assume it's going to be replaced.
What is it, sir? Is it the car, what is it? I don't
That's the
know.
rock.
Right.
Carpet?
I'm assuming that would be replaced in
We're gonna shoot it on
2006.
January 1st.
So, but we're not budgeting for it, so that's going to be a special assessment, is that
Right,
correct?
any of this that's here says schedule of deferred maintenance and capital expenditure reserves. That's the title of that page. And all of this would be, if we were going to do any of this, first of all, we'll waive that hopefully tonight, the reserves. And if we were going to do any of this stuff, it would have to be done through via assessment. And it's been done that way at this condominium for the past 38 years, because they've never had reserves. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, there being no further questions, where are we with the counting of the,
You want to adjourn, so like you count them.
okay, we're gonna have to adjourn the meeting for about 10 minutes to count the tickets up. Did Doc come back yet? Yes, I'm sorry.
What did that clause say on your insurance policy?
Loss
What was
assessment.
it?
Loss assessment.
Loss assessment.
Right.
Okay, thank you. Just a quick question?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna answer questions for 10 minutes, Bakani. Does it have to do with the budget or whatever? No,
that
okay.
insurance.
You know, I'm
You
not
have
gonna.
to ask your agent, otherwise they're not going to vet you still within his too.